Hey everybody, this is Eva at Jolly Harbor Soap Market, and I was getting ready to cut up my loaf that I made yesterday, and it's a 6-pound batch, and basically I cut this into 2 tall skinny loaves. I just trim an edge off each side about 1/8 of an inch with my trimmer here by Bergamot. I like that it has this little slider, it makes it easier. So anyway, I did it with a sidewall pour. I used my mold that I made a few weeks ago, and I've been using it. Works perfect for 6-pound and makes 2 tall skinny loaves. But basically I just propped up one side just a little. Sorry, my angle's all weird with my camera. But I just propped up one edge about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch, and I just continuously poured on the same side, same side. Basically 4 colors. The majority of the color was a bit of a tan gray color, and then the others consisted of a reddish tan to be more brown, and then a greenish tan and a darker brown, or medium, like dark tan, medium brown. So it's interesting. This side, I don't know if you can see, has the finer lines, and this is the side that I poured in on. You can see on the top the wider layers there. This is the side that was tilted up and I kept pouring into. And then on this side, this was the opposite side. The lines look wider. So I thought that was kind of interesting to see that on the loaf. So anyway, I've already pre-measured this, set my measure so that I'll cut it basically in half, and then I go and I trim the edges. So I thought I'd show you the process. I gotta make sure it's on the 3rd slot for this step. I gotta scoot it down so that my lip is on the other side. You still see it? Yeah, you can still see it. Alright, here we go. Kind of neat. Can you see it? How it turned out? So rather than cutting it the normal bars that I would, I plan on cutting it lengthwise. So I'll do horizontal cuts and then cut those into bars. So that's my plan. So now I'll have to turn this around, because my next step I'll have to use the slots on the other side of the mold to get the right height. The slots on this are just offset a little bit by about 1/8 of an inch, or 1/16 of an inch actually. But it works good once you figure out the slots you want to use. And on this side, you do have to make sure the wire's tight for sure, or it won't cut an even layer. It does most of the time, but if your soap is firm, it can become uneven. Perfect. And there's my edge slice. What I've started doing with these, and I'm letting them dry like a whole piece, and then I'll cut them up in smaller pieces for single-use pieces if people want to take them for traveling. I'm going to start making little packets like that. But that actually looks like a piece of wood. Can you see that? I like how that turned out. Okay. So while this is on this setting, I'm going to go ahead and do the next one. It's a little sticky. There we go. This back out there. side up. Alrighty. And this is the side that was opposite, that everything looks wider on. What a difference between the two sides, right? Man. Okay. Now, to decide, I was thinking I should be able to cut this into 3 different layers, but I gotta see which setting. What side will be the right setting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little bit further down. That'd only be 3/4 of an inch thick if I did it there. You do have to make sure you have the slots straight across from one another and not lined up weird. It's the only tricky thing about this. Okay. Sorry this is taking forever. I should have had this. Okay. So rather than using this side, I'm going to see what this would look like. That would be too thin. Okay, I think that might be the winner. Because I want to try to have my layers at least even, somewhat even thickness. All right. It down so the foot's underneath it. And here we go. So that's what this side looks like. Still looks neat. They smell really good. Still not as thick as I'd like, but I mean that's just the thickness of it. If I'd used a wider mold, I could have done it differently. Alright, here we go. So if I get the foot right, huh? There we go. Can you tell I'm not used to doing this? Alright. Alright. So there's the next piece. I'll just stack these up over here. And I'm just going to do the reverse here. And go ahead and do the bottom one. Almost dropped it. Then I'll go back and do the other side. Trying to hold it where the lighting will at least let you see it. Little. Got lots of shadows. There's this one. Getting a stack of lumber over there with all these pieces. Okay, that'll be perfect. I'm just gonna so this is the side that was closest to the edge I poured on. And the lines are closer together. And it turned out cool looking. Like how they look like boards. Alright, so I'll set this aside. Dust my table off. And set up my cutting board. Okay. Should be 12 inches, 12 inches. So, and they're basically 4 inches tall. So I'm going to make them 2.5. This end is more square. So it'll be 5. No. 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 My kitty's in here. I'm trying to keep him from jumping on the table. No, no. Stay down. 10. We keep our kitty indoors all the time. He gets tired of being indoors, so I'll bring him out to the garage sometimes with me. But I keep him out of my stuff. And as you know, with soaping, there's certain stages you don't want anything near anyway. Messing with lye and all that stuff. And I don't want cat hair on my stuff. So... Alright. Little odd piece there. So anyway, that is, thought I'd show you how, I'll go ahead and finish cutting them up. But I wanted to show you how things went. And, oh, there's my kitty. Get back. So I'll shut it off and I'll get this uploaded so you can see, and I'll show you a picture of the finished soaps. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye. Okay folks, so I'm back. I finished cutting everything up, and it's interesting with that wide of a mold cutting. I thought I'd show you. This is some examples of the far side, like where it flowed to, that I did not pour on. But some of the pieces still turned out really pretty. They kind of remind me more like the plywood look of wood. And then the pieces towards the middle, like the middle sections, were a little more like closer to what I was wanting with the wood grain. So I like that. So I thought I'd just show you a few of the pieces. That one, I like the lines on this. This was closer to the side I poured on. So it came out with the closer lines, as you can see. But, I don't know, it's interesting patterns. Every section has its own variety and uniqueness, and I like it. I like how it turned out, that not every bar looks the same, and that one has the closest lines, I think. Yeah, looking at the top, that was right on the edge where I was pouring from, so that side has the closest lines. It's pretty soft still. It's firm enough to cut and everything and handle, but a bit tacky. So I thought I'd share with you how it turned out in the end. I like how the colors turned out. I was going for a bit of that blue wood look, like some of the cedar and juniper woods get. Some of that old wood gets buggy and it gets a blue color, and so it has a little bit of that in there. So anyway, I had fun. I look forward to seeing how everyone else's soaps turn out. Thanks, Amy, for the challenges. Have a good day. Bye.